Straight to the point, direct and clear. News as it happens, when it happens. Only on Shere Punjab Radio, AM 600. Trusted source for news talk.
Mr. Dyer, Sat Sri Akal ji, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for being accessible and for coming to the show. I guess I have only one question, and it's very important. People saw you, people heard you, that you spoke for the farmers who are sitting outside in the outer skirts of New Delhi, capital of India. How did you decide to do that? And do tell me about your background. We know that you were a respectable police officer before you came to city politics.
Yeah, I spent 40 years in the police department, the last 18 as a police chief, and then recently assumed the role of mayor for the city of Fresno. And within our city, and actually within our county, a lot of folks don't know, but Fresno County is the agricultural capital of the world. And we have a significant number of farmers in Fresno County, and people who came from India and still in many cases own land in India and lease out that land to other farmers. And so that's how I became aware of it, because of we have a large Punjabi population here within Fresno County, and people I consider to be very respectable people within our city and county.
Mm-hmm. So, if it's okay, can you just give us a rough idea of what you spoke about these protesting farmers? What you said in your video, if you can give us a little bit idea about that.
Well, the fact is that we, coming from the agricultural capital of the world, the fact that we in Fresno, myself included, and our entire city council, support the Indian farmers. We stand with them. We do not believe that government should interfere with farming, and we support the right for farmers to peacefully protest and to have their voices collectively heard. And our city council, we actually in Fresno signed a resolution earlier this month in support of that effort. And as the mayor of the city of Fresno, I happen to be the voice for Fresno, at least in city government, and wanted people to know here, primarily locally and throughout the state, that we support our Indian brothers and sister farmers in India as they're going through these difficult times.
I was talking one of the highly successful business people in your city, Mr. Vinay Vora, and he spoke really highly about you. And but my next question, and this is my last one, is that yes, it's very important for us that you are talking about those farmers. But in your city, like you just mentioned, that this is the agricultural capital of the world, do the farmers get the protection of their agricultural produce price-wise? And because there are two main demands of the farmers. One is that they need their marketing system intact. They don't want any change. And secondly, on certain crops, there's a minimum support price that government of India was providing, but they don't want to give that support anymore. Now, those are the 2 points that the farmers are protesting for.
Yeah, so in the United States, our farmers have the right to produce crops and to sell them for what people are willing to pay. That is the supply and demand that makes farming profitable. And we expect a lot out of our farmers. The fact that they have to take risk in farming, they could lose their crop. Bad weather could cause them to be impacted. So with that risk, there has to be reward. And the reward is the ability to make profits. And when government limits those profits and prevents farmers from being able to really to earn what they are deserving of, it's unfair. And that's the protest that, and they haven't had their voices heard, quite frankly. And so they're being prevented from having their voices heard, and much of this has happened without them being involved or having an opportunity to give their input.
I was there in your city a few years back, and I saw those signs that there was some sort of water crisis. There were no rains in those 1 or 2 years. And so what did the government do to support those farmers who are literally going through the drought conditions?
Well, we love our farmers. We support our farmers. And whenever we're going through a drought, we fight very, very hard to make sure that we're getting water to them, whether that's from the Delta or we're asking for increased water from our irrigation district. But, farming here is very near and dear to us. We again, are the largest producers of agriculture anywhere in the world. And so it is what drives our economy here. And when the farmers are hurting, when the farmers are not able to produce a crop, then it ultimately ends up impacting us in local government. And so we want to do everything we can to support our farmers, which unfortunately sounds like in India, maybe the small farmers are not appreciated, not supported by their government. And that's why we're seeing this uprising from the farmers in India.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Dyer, thank you very much for your time, sir. Shukriya. And thank you, a big thank you for Vinay Vora as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Unmasking the truth, discussing point of views. One voice, one station. Shere Punjab Radio, AM 600.